Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. My name is Victor. I'm with SkyTech One, where we talk about drones, tech, and travel videography. Today, I'm going to explain to you why I am not getting the M4, the M4 Pro, nor the M4 Max. I think the first big reason is that I want my desktop to be my desktop and my laptop to be my laptop. So I have the M1 Pro from 2021, I believe, and there's been some issues where, number one, it's not acting really nice with my monitor, but I fixed the problem. I have two full videos about that issue where the scaling is not fully there. It's a little bit clunky, a little wonky, but I figured out how to do it. The second is that after connecting several drives and multiple hubs, 2 or 3 hubs, and other USB devices, I've actually had the M1 Pro laptop crash, almost on like a weekly basis. Now, I found that as I removed drives and removed hubs, I was able to get it more stable. So before, I was getting a crash and the computer would just restart, and this would happen almost once a week. And now, I don't know if it's the software that's been updated, that I am getting a lot less crashes, and I believe the computer maybe restarts, or maybe just some programs just exit. I don't know, but it's a lot nicer now. And I also have a lot less. I have about 5 USB drives connected and only 2 USB hubs. I think this problem might be able to be solved if you get a Thunderbolt 4 dock, such as the CalDigit 3 or CalDigit 4 or OWC. But it's another $200, $300 you have to spend. And that also doesn't make my kind of ideal minimalistic setup more minimalistic. So that's the reason I want my desktop to be my desktop and my laptop to be my laptop. If I wanted to just go to the cafe and work, I could just pick up the laptop and go, and not having to disconnect all those drives, disconnect the hub, disconnect the monitor, all that stuff. I don't know if that's me being like a first world problem, but I just, with Apple laptops, and I'm just not super confident about things, crashing or restarting or whatnot. So yeah, I calculated, whether the MacBook Pro with the Thunderbolt dock is more expensive. Turns out it probably is, because number one, you're paying for the Mac with your little screen. Number two, you're paying for the Thunderbolt dock. Whereas if you just got the desktop and left the laptop alone, you'd only be paying for the Mac, the Studio. And I've also thought about upgrading my Windows PC. The cost would be a really good factor. I would only have to spend $1,000 on a new graphics card. But there are some things that still, I just don't like the Windows 10, Windows 11 UI really much. The Windows 11 has actually gotten a little bit better. I just installed it today, to be honest, and I can't fully say that the UI is terrible, but it just feels like an unfinished product. And maybe I'm talking about Windows 10. So and then another reason is the M1 Max, M1 desktop Ultra saves electricity. And it turned out, I asked ChatGPT the question, and it says that the M1 Max can actually save about $160 a year in electricity. Just think about that. 5 years later, that's like what, $600, $700? So that's not that bad. That's like the cost of a graphics card. I am looking forward to getting my Mac Studio in the future, next year, probably around the spring or summertime, and I'm going to stay with my M1 Pro as my laptop. It's more than fast enough for mobile needs. Oh yeah, one more thing. Let me just quickly talk about the things I hate about Windows and Mac. So the thing I hate about Mac was that I was having the crashes all the time during the beginning of my ownership. It turns out it was probably because I have too many things connected, and I sent my Mac back to Apple like 4 times, and they never were able to recreate the problem. So they just sent it back, and they didn't change the laptop. And I guess like at the 4th time they did change, and so that was a headache. And I think this headache is kind of gone. But now I'm using Windows, and the biggest headache I have right in the last month is that the SSDs are not being read. They're kind of crashing, and they're being marked as like being error and having errors, and they're totally fine on the Mac, but on the Windows, they're just not really usable. I've had 2 out of the 3 SSDs are not working. The hard disks that I have are some of them are getting dropped off and then reconnecting and then disconnecting. So I've done a few fixes on my own so far, and no solution. So yeah, that's another reason why I'm not a big fan of Windows right now, unfortunately. Yeah, let me know in the comments below if you have experienced these issues, if you're going to get the M4 series computer, so you're going to wait next year. So yeah, and feel free to share this video. Thanks. I'll see you next one.